Read and study with me live on Instagram every single day on Read with Al.
Okay, set your phone. This hands-free reading of the scriptures. I will do the reading for you. You can do the multitasking. We are in Doctrine and Covenants 52 today. Let's talk about New Jerusalem real quick. First, hi, happy Sunday. New Jerusalem. They've been waiting and they've been anxious to hear where will that be. Now, do you remember way back when we had like Cowdrey's group to go westward from New York to go serve their mission in Indian Territory? And it was on their way to Indian Territory that they stopped in Ohio, baptized a whole lot of people, went to the Indian Territory. They actually were really receptive, but then they were kicked out. And then they went back to New York, but then that's when Ohio was put on the map, which is where they are now. Now that they are in Ohio, just barely getting started in Ohio, they are still wanting and anxious to know about New Jerusalem. New Jerusalem being Zion. A center place is sometimes what they refer to it as, and now we know. It's Missouri. We talked about that yesterday. If I were them and you sacrifice everything and you get to Ohio to be where the Lord wants you to be, and now you're hearing talks about going somewhere else, I would have been a little upset. But they're excited. All right, so New Jerusalem, Zion, a center place, Missouri. So now Missouri is put on the map of a potential, or really the next spot to be, another place to build, to gather, to consecrate. Cool. So this chapter, kind of still in response to like false and deceiving spirits. Should we just read? Let's just read. Here's your daily scriptures. A chapter a day keeps the devil away. I don't know about that saying. Okay. Doctrine and Covenants 52. Let's read. Then we talk. All right, behold, thus saith the Lord unto the elders, whom he hath called and chosen in these last days, by the voice of the Spirit, saying, I, the Lord, will make known unto you what I will, that ye shall do from this time until the next conference, which shall be held in Missouri, upon the land which I will consecrate unto my people. Now, if we remember yesterday talking about Ohio and everyone just getting started, he said the same exact thing about where the saints were in Ohio, that he will consecrate that land. And now he is also saying that he will do that for Missouri. So what could be said with where we are and what the Lord does to where we are? Okay. Consecrate. Which are a remnant of Jacob and those who are heirs according to the covenant. Wherefore, verily, I say unto you, let my servants Joseph Smith Jr., Sidney Rigdon, take their journey. If anyone has a pen by their side, if you want to count the number of times we are going to hear take your journey, I would love to hear the count. My guess is like 15, maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. But if you're in for a little game, let's count our repetition tonight. All right, so the three amigos, they're taking their journey as soon as preparations can be made to leave their homes and to journey to the land of Missouri, that New Jerusalem, their Zion, their center place. And inasmuch as they are faithful unto me, it shall be made known unto them what they shall do. So could you imagine? Actually, this is actually a good theme to most of what he does for us. He asks us to do something, and we may not fully know the why behind what he is asking us, but he just said to the three amigos, Sydney, Joseph Smith, who's the other one? Edward Partridge, right? I think he's included in the three amigos. Anyways, he asks us to do these things, and we may not fully know the why, or the what even behind it as we're doing it, but he just said, it will be made known unto them what they shall do once you are in motion and doing it. So as long as we're acting and as long as we're in movement, he will continue to move in place and answer. It is much easier for God to put us where he needs us to be if we are in motion and if we continue moving. Okay. And it shall also, inasmuch as they are faithful, be made known unto them in the land of your inheritance. And inasmuch as they are not faithful, they shall be cut off. Even as I will, as seemeth me good. And again, verily I say unto you, let my servant Lyman write, and my servant John Coral take their journey speedily. And also my servant John Murdoch and my servant Hiram Smith take their journey unto the same place by the way of Detroit. Let them journey from, when Ben and I were driving across the country one of the many times, we got stuck in a tornado in Detroit. Hurricane? Tornado. One of those. It was crazy though. And let them journey from thence, preaching the word by that way, saying none other things than that which the prophets and apostles have written, and that which is taught by them by the Comforter through the prayer of faith, which is actually a good clarifying piece, because as we know, a lot of the saints, they're all recent converts, have tendencies to do things as they were done in their past in different religions. So they're saying, do not do that. Do not revert back to old ways, to follow in the ways that the prophets and leaders had showed you how to teach and serve these missions and go on these journeys. So do that which is taught them by the Comforter, the Spirit, through prayer of faith. So I like that. I underline taught through prayer of faith. So that a little nugget for yourself too. Let them go 2 by 2, and thus let them preach by way in every congregation, baptizing by water, laying on the hands of the water side, and thus saith the Lord, I will cut my work short in righteousness, for the days come that I will send forth judgment unto victory. And let my servant Lyman White? Why did I say that funny? I don't know. All right, Lyman, beware, for Satan desireth to sift him as chaff. That could be said for all of us. Cool, great. Adversary, hate that guy. And behold, he is the faithful shall be made ruler over many things. There's a lot of really good nuggets. So forget about Lyman. This is all about you. We're reading about lots of bullet points of people. We don't necessarily care about them. We care about you. So when we're reading all of these things, beware of Satan. He wants you. He's ready to sift you. But if you're faithful, you shall be made ruler over many things. This is what we're pulling from him. Okay. And again, I will give unto you a pattern in all things. So now we're kind of addressing the false and deceiving revelations that people are confusing if it's God or if it's adversary. Very relevant question. I will give unto you a pattern in all things, that ye may not be deceived. For Satan is abroad in the land, and he goeth forth deceiving the nations. Obviously, that's still happening right now. Wherefore he that prayeth, whose spirit is contrite. So these are fruits of the Spirit. Am I sparkling? Oh no, now I'm sparkling. Okay, so here are fruits of the Spirit to know if it is by God. Contrite. The same is accepted of me if he obey mine ordinances. And he that speaketh, whose spirit is contrite, whose language is meek, if it edifies, edifieth, the same is of God, and he obey mine ordinances. And again, he that trembleth under my power shall be made strong, and shall bring forth fruits of praise, wisdom, according to revelations and truth which I have given you. And again, he that is overcome and bringeth not forth fruits, even according to this pattern, is not of me. Wherefore, by this pattern ye shall know the spirits in all cases under the whole heavens. And the days have come, according to men's faith, it shall be done unto them. So was it yesterday's video? Was it the previous chapter when we talk about the difference between what is of God and what is not of God? Or was it 2 days ago? I don't remember. Maybe you know, and you can post it so I can use it as a reference later. All good things are God. Good things, good feelings. Anything that is good is God showing you that he is there for you. And he laughing, smiling. The thought that all is not lost. Anything good is God. It could not exist if God was not there. And in opposition of that, if it is not of good, it is not of God, is the adversary. Chapter 50. Thank you. Okay, we talk in great depth. So if you want to know a good clarification between the adversary and the spirit, go watch D&C 50. We talk a lot about that. Okay, behold, this commandment is given unto all the elders whom I have chosen. Again, verily I say unto you that let my servant Thomas be Marsh and my servant Ezra take their journey, also preaching the word by the way unto the same land. And again, let my servant Isaac Morley and servant Ezra Booth take their journey, also preaching by word of the way unto the same land. And again, let my servants Edward Partridge. Oh, there's Edward Partridge. He's going out with Martin Harris. They're taking their journey. We read more about Edward yesterday. Oh yeah, with my servants Signe Rigdon and Joseph Smith Jr. I knew they were together. All right, so they're taking their journey. Everyone's taking a journey. Good for them. Let my servants David Whitmer and Harvey Whitlock also take their journey to preach by way unto the same land. All right, Parley P. Pratt, Orison Pratt, they take their journey and preach by the way even unto this same land. Let the servants Solomon Hancock, Simeon Carter also take their journey unto the same land and preach by way. If you guys need any baby name references, this is a good chapter. It's bullet points of people's names. So here you go. Close your eyes and pick. And if you are pregnant, you will name your child Wheeler, Baldwin, or William. There you go. You're welcome. Okay. All right. We left off on Simeon. All right. Edson Fuller, Jacob Scott, you're taking your journey. Levi W. Hancock. I feel like this is graduation ceremony. Levi W. Hancock and Zebedee Coltrane. Congratulations. No, just kidding. You're taking your journey. All right, Reynolds, Cahoon, Samuel H. Smith, you're taking your journey. Wheeler Baldwin, William Carter, you're taking your journey. Newell Knight, Sella J. Griffin, both be ordained, and then take your journey. Yea, verily I say, let all these take your journey unto one place in the several courses, and one man shall not build upon another's foundation. This is really good sound advice and counsel. Do not build upon another man's foundation. Okay, moving on. Neither journey in another's track. There's meaning behind that for us. Think about it. And that is, he that is faithful, the same shall be kept and blessed with much fruit. He that is faithful, much fruit. Moving on. And again I say unto you, let my servants Joseph Wakefield, Solomon Humphrey take your journey into the eastern lands. Let them labor with their families. Oh, good journey. Declaring none other things than the prophets and apostles which they have seen and heard, most assuredly believe that the prophecies may be fulfilled. In consequence of transgression, let them that was bestowed, let that which was bestowed upon He-Man Bassett. He-Man. That's the kind of birthday party my son is going to have when he turns 5. He-Man. He's a strange boy. I'm just kidding. All right. Be taken from him and placed upon the head of Simon's rider. And again, verily, I say unto you, let Jared Carter be ordained a priest, and also George James be ordained a priest. Yay, that's exciting for them. Congratulations. Big deal, becoming a priest. Let the residue of the elders watch over the churches, declare the word in the regions round about them, and let them labor with their own hands. So that's twice they were asked to labor. We hear let them labor with their families, and now we're hearing let these guys labor with their own hands. Be productive, that there may be no adultery nor wickedness practice, which they do need to keep in line because we have some things happening among the saints. All right. Remember in all things the poor. Don't forget about the poor, the needy, the sick, the afflicted. He that doeth not these things, the same is not my disciple. And finishing out with the last few verses, and again, let my servants Joseph Smith Jr. and Signe Rigdon and Edward Partridge, the 3 amigos, take with them a recommend from the church. Let there be one obtained by my servant Oliver Cowdery also. And thus, even as I have said, if you are faithful, you shall assemble yourselves together to rejoice upon the land of Missouri, their New Jerusalem, their Zion, the center place, in which the land of their inheritance, which is now the land of your enemies. But behold, I, the Lord, will hasten this city in its time, and will crown the faithful with joy and rejoicing. Behold, I am Jesus Christ, the Son of God, and I will lift them up at the last day. Even so, amen. So here's a good question. First of all, did anyone actually tally up how many take their journeys? So really, the obvious but important question to address is, what is our journey? Another way to phrase that, though, because not many, unless you're me, who moves around every year, you're moving. If you're not like me, what is it that God is asking of you right now? Do we know that answer? What is it that God wants us to be doing right now? What is He requiring us? What does He want us to be doing and working towards? What is our current journey? Do you hear my children chasing each other and screaming? Every time I move, although this isn't really the only time he does this, every time I move, though, which I moved 3 times last year. Is that insane? During a lockdown pandemic, we lived in 3 different houses last year. And every time we move, which has been a lot, I have to refigure out what I'm supposed to be doing in my new season. Again, our seasons and what is asked of us is not determined by us moving. Mine just happened to be because I was moving all the time. But seasons do not last forever. So ask yourself, am I in a new season? Is He preparing me and trying to guide me to a new season? Because when I do move, or I do catch myself in this transition, and I'm trying to problem solve, well, what now? What next? What else could I be doing? Is there something I should be doing? Is there something I shouldn't? Is there something I can nix? Not all things last forever. Is one of them just done now? I don't know. I moved here, and I often explain it to Ben when I feel like there's a change or shift happening that God is trying to bring me to figuring out. I feel like, I don't know, like every time I move, I tell Ben, I feel like I'm just blowing in the wind because I feel like there's something, but I haven't figured it out yet for what I feel like I should be doing right now. Okay, so what is that? How do I know what that is? Is there a reoccurring thought that keeps coming back that we maybe haven't paid attention to? I don't know. Is there a reason? Maybe we have the answer and we haven't done it yet. Well, why not? What is it that's keeping us standing still? I tell you all the time, the adversary will not really get to me by doing something bad, but he has the strongest hold on me when he keeps me from standing still. So maybe our Sunday takeaway is every day make sure that we take time to tell him everything. There should be time every day that we don't just say a prayer, but there should be time every day where we just tell him everything. And maybe today when we have that open and free conversation with him where we just talk, we're just talking. If you need help with those kind of prayers, a good starting place may be driving. Hop in your car and just talk out loud. I love when I pray, when I talk to him while I'm driving, I usually ramble. I ramble to him, but I don't think that's a bad thing. To me, when I ramble to him, it builds up this real relationship. And the more I tell him, the more I receive. You know what I mean? The more specific my prayers are, the more specific his responses are. So pay attention to your reoccurring thoughts. Knowing that wherever we are, as we've read today and yesterday, wherever we are and wherever he is asking us to go, it's going to be consecrated. And maybe not go physically, maybe it's just if he's asking us to go somewhere with our efforts. Wherever he is asking of us, he will be there and it will be consecrated and he will be behind it and much fruit will come. So if I go over my underlinings from this chapter, although as I read it out loud to you, I realized there could have been several more. So this isn't the best example, but I will read to you what I underlined anyways. And maybe you can potentially see more of yourself in those. So Missouri, I will consecrate. I underlined that because wherever you are and wherever you're going and whatever you're preparing for, he's going to consecrate your efforts. Take their journey. I obviously underlined every single take your journey because what is my journey? How can I better take it? How can I better keep moving and stay on my journey? We just talked about that. So moving on. Faithful unto me, it shall be made known unto them what they shall do. Maybe you have an idea of a direction you need to go in, but you don't know what to do with that. When we are in motion, he will guide us. It will continue to unfold, but we just got to move. We just got to do it. Nothing to it but to do it. Preaching the word by the way. Taught through the prayer of faith. Beware. Satan desireth to sift you. He that is faithful shall be made ruler over many things. I will give unto you a pattern in all things. Satan is abroad in the land. He goeth forth deceiving. Under my power shall be made strong. A little out of context. A lot of these things that I underline are out of context, but you know I don't care. Under my power shall be made strong. Shall bring forth fruits. Men's faith, it shall be done unto them. We receive as much as we put in, or what we don't do. What's that scripture we talked about a lot in the past, oh, sorry guys, the pit, oh my gosh, I won't be able to say it. I'm going to think of it when I'm not with you guys anymore. Shall be filled with those who dug it. What is it? Anyways. We choose what kind of thing we choose what we receive. How do we choose? Well, by our efforts or lack thereof. So, it's going to be done unto you by your faith. That's what that underline means. Anyways, moving on. My brain, it's great. It's great. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Take your journey. Take your journey. Take your journey. Men shall not build upon another man's foundation. He that is faithful, much fruit. Labor. Remember in all things the poor and needy, the sick and the afflicted. If you are faithful, rejoice. And will crown the faithful with joy and with rejoicing. I am Jesus Christ. I will lift them up. Yay! Okay. We did it. Happy Sunday. I'm just gonna read your comments really first. Oh, an audio for app. With the commentary. Roll call, Edward Partridge. I'm sure there are a lot of people that would not appreciate my commentary on the scriptures. She's so irreverent. That's fine. That's just how my brain works. It's just how it is. Okay, thanks for joining me. We are here every single night in my bedroom. Cool, great. I'm actually going to hop back on a live, but I'm not going to save it. We have this wood room. It's a playroom. I just painted it. Our kids don't use it. I want to see if the internet works in there. So if you want to hang on and test something, test something out with me. Do that. Anyways, happy Sunday. Enjoy, friends.